Hello everyone, I'm Carson Stutes, and I'll be presenting on maintaining proper stewardship through mind, body, and spirit. This presentation will center on around the four main topics of muscle, strength, endurance, flexibility, stress, and nutrition. Muscle strength can be determined by the maximum amount of force that a muscle or muscle group can produce for an effort, whereas muscle endurance can be determined with a muscle group to produce a force repeatedly or maintain a contracted state for an extended period of time. Proper conditioning should be found for everyone and can be developed through a personal program to improve muscle while allowing for enough time to recover. It is important not to overwork muscle or muscle groups while still being able to improve muscle strength. The prevention of osteoporosis and other limiting conditions with being able to maintain strong and more dense bone structure. Additionally, to prevent fatigue through strengthening conditioning can be accomplished by increasing the muscle capacity. All this can be found through finding the right balance of force and upper limits. Being able to manage your workouts and to enhance muscle conditioning to improve both muscle strength and endurance. These include three major classes of exercises: isometric, unchanging and immovable resistance, isokinetic, constant speed due to range of motion, and isotonic, contracting against resistance. The ultimate goal is the reward of building stronger muscle. Workouts should be able to apply the use of major muscle groups to achieve significant gains. This can be accomplished through repetition of exercise and activities with a goal of 8 to 12 repetitions, planning and maintaining our exercise around our busy lifestyle, taking care to limit muscle soreness through proper nutrition and fluid intake, as well as proper breathing during workouts. We must be committed to our conditioning goals and muscle strength and development, taking care to apply the guidelines will ensure that we can bring about the chosen results. The choice of equipment will make a big impact on our overall performance and principles of training. Measuring our success will aid in keeping us on track and meeting our established objectives. Proper warm-up and stretching will help in allowing optimum body functioning. Flexibility is often forgotten as a minor component of physical fitness. However, the lack of being flexible affects the quality of life and possible decline. Doing too little or too much can also be impactful on your desired results. Frequent stretching can lead to an increased improvement on overall flexibility. Understanding how the various joints and ligaments play a significant role in determining the type and motion of a joint. Joints provide stability in allowing the movement in the body, while ligaments are important in the connection of bones and joints. Understanding that as we age, flexibility decreases with increased levels of dehydration, calcium deposits, and development of issues on the connection of tissue fiber. Flexibility provides us with feeling good, assisting muscles with relaxation. Without flexibility, we are not achieving proper quality of life through being limited in our movements. Stretching exercises can relieve and prevent muscle soreness. Static stretching or slow, sustained stretching and passive stretching through an outside agent can both be used in the prevention of musculoskeletal problems. Using PNF techniques, safety increases range and motion while being mindful and avoiding ballistic stretching. The ability to apply stretching into our workouts will reduce muscle tension. Those that are flexible have shown an increase in their quality of life through being able to further their range of motion. Developing an exercise routine that encompasses flexibility techniques will extend and not diminish inactivity. It is important to remain committed to the inclusion of stretching, exercising, into our God-honoring body care program. Through the utilization of these practices, we will be able to live a more productive lifestyle. They will enable for a healthier body structure while prioritizing attention on the muscles' full range of motion and optimal joint function. Adopting good stretching practices will ensure that our goals can be met, while helping us to avoid risk factors. Stress is the body's response to an event or circumstance that needs action. Internal response to an external event. Events or situations in life in general can bring about stressors. It is important to be able to turn the negative into a positive, while identifying your own unique situation that brought out the event of your own response to it. There are many ways to avoid or minimize stress, including limiting procrastination and social media. In the prevention of stress, it is important to establish a routine with not forgetting to live in the present. As we avoid worrying about tomorrow, life changes can also play a role in increasing stress. Ultimately, it is up to us, to the individual, to decide on how they will allow stress to affect us. Learning to manage our stress will be beneficial to your overall health. Getting enough sleep, with attempting to get 8 hours a night, has been shown to be favorable at limiting irritability, depression, and anxiety. Purposely scheduling unscheduled time at least 2 or 3 times a week to encourage relaxation. Finally, the ability to find humor in everyday life can relax muscles and tensions away. When applying these principles to my everyday life has proven to minimize overall stress levels. I have found that routine, especially through exercise, has helped me in reducing heart rate and blood pressure. Learning to say no and limiting commitments or building margins into life has aided in not becoming overextended. Understanding that stress is not avoidable, I find comfort through knowing that God uses stressful events to motivate and give us strength. Through having a deeper understanding of how stress can affect us, has provided for a better perspective. Being able to identify stressors will help to manage responses. Support structure through community as well as family and friends will give and receive positive reinforcement. Also, having the tools to be able to cooperate and minimize stress will help make for a more positive outcome. Put into our bodies can have an everlasting effect, and having a knowledgeable understanding of diet plays a key role in proper nutrition. Food selections and amounts should be monitored by discipline, moderation, and wisdom. Scripture reminds us that we are given the ability to taste, smell, and see to enjoy the food, but remembering the importance of choosing healthy food to achieve maximum benefit. Macronutrients can be found in carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and water. Over 95% of the foods we consume are made of these macronutrients in varying combinations, while micronutrients are made up of vitamins and minerals, but are needed in smaller amounts and essential for body cells. Having the right amount of or proper proportion keeps the body functioning well. There are many different food choices in our daily lives. It is important to be selective when deciding which foods we are consuming, staying away from processed foods and meats, while focusing more on grown foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains. While shopping, the reading of labels and nutritional facts can be helpful within our selections. Overall, limiting or cautious eating of man-made products. When applying healthy eating to my everyday life, it is essential to know exactly what I'm putting into my body. Through a balanced diet and limiting treats will help me in maintaining proper nutrition, being able to differentiate between more and less helpful food choices that are based on food density. Also, being familiar with the U.S. dietary guidelines will aid in healthy understanding. Proper management can be found through a simple plan of eating choices. Learning to prepare meals at home gives control of what exactly is going into your food and body. Removing excess sugar when possible and avoiding fast food restaurants, as those would limit control. Ultimately, understanding that our choices are a reflection on our health. Overall, this course has taught me the responsibility for stewardship of the body, the pursuit of knowledge, attitudes, and values necessary to conduct a God honoring body care program by exploring muscle strength and endurance, flexibility, stress, nutrition, and how Scripture plays its part in maintaining proper stewardship. Ultimately, through life choices, decisions, and commitments, we are able to make the selections that He would be proud of.